Hey everyone. All right, Tyler here from trycactus.com, and we're going to do a quick underwriting of this property that was just shared to me. So from Lindsay Self Storage Group, they just shared Laurel Self Storage with us. We have the offering memorandum here, and of course, Desmond is a listing agent as well as John being a co-listing. So we are going to look at this. I already downloaded the OM, so I'm going to just get a quick analysis started. So here we go, looking at this OM. Let's drag that into Cactus, extract the data. That's going to take us around 30 to 40 seconds to extract all the information from that OM that we need in order to do a quick analysis. So let's just wait through that and I will see you on the other side. All right, so it looked to pull out some information here. Let's give it a check as to how it found that information. If we go to the verification page, so it found the name from the address there. It also found the asset type. It found the number of units in this page here, and the rentable square footage, as it says, 33,120, and then the address. Cool. So let's continue through there. You can also add pictures, but we don't know if this is even going to make sense as an investment, so I won't add any pictures and spend time with that. It found the purchase price. It looks to be, if we look up at the full document here, looks to be quite the nice facility. There's some roofing changes at one of the buildings that I noticed, so I might want to ask some questions to the Lindsay guys about this little roofing change. There's some very small units up in the front, looks to be maybe 5x10s or something like that, with some nice doors, or 10x10s maybe. So let's look at costs. So rehab costs, I would say it's a small facility, right? They're asking 1.3, so maybe if I have like $5,000 just kind of there in case, and then working capital of around 10. Again, small facility. I do want to put closing fees, so I'll put that at around 5. We definitely want to pay our guys. And then I was looking at earlier the location. Now, I'm not familiar with the location here, but we see that the median net worth is about 100,000. We look at the population within 1 mile, 3 miles, and 5 miles. It's a relatively small community. So I'm going to say that this is about an 8.5 cap. Now, there's some obviously opinions about that, but we can also do a project value basis as well. So I'm going to continue. All right, now it's grabbing the total annual potential income. So again, where it found that information, let's look at exactly where. So it found it from the gross potential of their report here. We're also able to pull out automatically the economic vacancy as well as the annual expenses of 50,000. So it pulls it right there. I did underwrite this with a 2% CapEx reserve, and then I'll probably put a 5% annual revenue growth. Now we're looking at some relatively big changes if you were to jump from, today into year 3, for example. So let's look at gross potential 248 with total operating expenses of 66 and the vacancy at 74. And I want to take a look at that again. I say, okay, 248. And then the economic vacancy, I believe they had it in dollars. So yeah, let's do that, 74,000. So we're going to go with, I think that's what, like 30%, something like that, 31. Perfect. And then we're going to do, actually they have 74. I don't know if you really care about being super specific, but let's do it anyway. And then if we go into total annual expenses, we see 68. So I'll put that in there. Okay, CapEx still at 2%, revenue growth 5%. Perfect. Okay, so we have that. Now loan amount, we automatically are going to say 70%, but if I wanted to play around with that, I certainly could. The interest rate, we see that it's going down. It went down by about 50 basis points last week, so that's exciting. Amortization, I'm going to say 30 years. I could definitely get that from my broker. Holding period of 10. I'm going to do a closing cap at 8.25 and closing costs at 4. And then here with investment criteria, I want personally about a 13% IRR to make a decision and say, yes, this is worth my time. Let's see what the results are. Does it hit it? It does. That's great. So if we look at here, we know that it's not hitting it currently is the thing. So the current value of this property, even though they're asking 1.3, is around, based on its NOI, 810. Now we can argue that it is worth something more than 810 because of its potential. It just depends on how you want to negotiate this. And if we're looking at the current reviews, we can see here that it has a current 4.1 review on 19 Google reviews. So it does say that there's some good service, good amenities, the new owners and management. So there has been a change on this recently, it looks like, but there are some negative experiences cited regarding rude staff maybe, or reports of rodent issues, lack of assistance, and mixed reviews. Okay, So at least we get to take a look at that. Now, if we want to take a look at who our competitors are, we can see that Spacebox, uStore, Premier Storage, as well as Storage World, AAA Climate Control Storage. So they're all around here near us, as we can see, and their reviews are pretty good as well. I mean, AAA has some work to do for sure. So we can take a look at what those reviews look like and kind of get an idea as to what we should be doing in our market to be able to make it make sense. Yearly cash flow looks to be good. We can take a look at that in depth going into the investment cash flow. Total investment return. So on exit, we'll see a total profit of 1.1. So that would mean for us a 2.7 equity multiple with the 12% cash on cash at this current purchase price. Now, if we wanted to bring that purchase price down a little bit, we'll see a significant change there. And if we look at the market analysis, we can see exactly what this looks like based on this zip code. So the zip code on here, we're taking a look at population growth, any kind of differences that are happening here within the population, as well as what this looks like on the map. So we can take a look at household income. Let's see what that looks like. So it looks like it's actually been kind of staying steady or even going down year to year on total household income. We look at the mean income going up, however. And yeah, so this is based on the census reports that we're getting from the government. Total population within this zip code is about 19,000. Median household income, 38,000. Bachelor degree. We get some interesting information. Total housing unit, 8,400 within this zip code. Cool. We get some employment data, some work hours, some housing information, education details. That's cool. We also have a debt calculator built in here, as well as a debt schedule plan, either monthly or yearly. If we wanted to go into the investment cash flow just quickly and take a look at what this looks like. So this is how we're able to calculate some of these things and take a look at this. It's no red flags here. All right, so right off the bat, I might be interested in this. I might want to create an LOI. So in here, I'm going to say that I don't know who the seller is right now. So I'm just going to leave that blank at the moment. Maybe I'll give John or Desmond a call to be able to figure that out. But it is showing here that we have the 287 unit, this location. We're looking at a purchase price of 1.3. Now I could change that purchase price and say, okay, I want to make an offer at 1.15, for example. I'll pay a deposit of about $100,000 and I'll make that deposit as of tomorrow. I don't see any kind of repairs that are needed. Items to be excluded at the sale. Don't see anything there. Transaction subject to exclusivity agreement. Again, this is information that can be changed within your PSA, but to get it off market immediately, let's do this as fast as possible. And we're in Massachusetts. So I do want to put the governing, the hardest thing to spell in the world. I don't know if I even got that right. And then the effective date. So they have 10 days to respond as of, let's say today, actually. Closing date, let's say in 3 months, the end of the month. Perfect. Okay. So give them that a quick look. And it's been a little bit and we have an LOI. I'm going to send that over to them and see if they're interested. Well, guys, this is the Cactus Quick Analysis tool. Happy to share this link with you to gain access to it. I'll put this in the comments in the video. Thanks a lot.